Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today is August 1st. And today I am starting my shopping challenge. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the button down below. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. Now, I said that I would start the shopping challenge actually on August 1st, which is correct, but I also shopped at Meijer and Aldi on Wednesday, and I want to combine that with my Kroger shopping haul on Friday so that I have the total for the week. My goal is to try to keep my grocery bill at $100 or less for the week. I'm going to do it for 2 weeks, and if I like it, I'm going to do it for the rest of the month. I just think that, I am probably spending more at the grocery store than probably anyone. I do, eat well, and, I try to make everything that I can from scratch. And if I see a good deal, honestly, yeah, of course I'll buy 3 or 4. If it's something I'm going to use and I know I'm not going to pay, the regular price, and I'm actually saving, even though I have to buy 3 or 4 just to, get a good savings, I do that. But I'm going to try to be more of a good steward of my money and watch what I'm spending. Because in all honesty, I know probably everybody has a mortgage out there. We have a mortgage, and I would love to be able to, at my age, pay off her mortgage a little bit earlier. I mean, we don't probably have that many years left. I don't even know if we have 8, 9 years left. But it would be great to, be able to pay off more on my mortgage. So the first thing I'm going to show you is what I actually eat. So today I had oatmeal. I get the Quaker Oats, Quick Oats, and I get this at my local Costco. It is 2 bags in it, and it is 10 pounds of oats. So each bag is 5 pounds, I do believe. Yes, 5 pounds. Want to make sure I told you that correctly. So I eat this pretty much every day. Sometimes on the weekend, I might eat some pancakes or waffles, and of course I make that because I keep flour and, baking powder and all that stuff in my pantry on hand. And I also mix in this peanut butter fit. Simply peanut butter. Now I buy this on my Amazon. Now Amazon is not sponsoring my video, but I buy that there because it doesn't have any added salt. The one that they sell in the store, it's not the same thing because it doesn't say fit on it, has added salt. They also put the one in the store with added sugar. So this one has no added salt or sugar. Now it has natural occurring sugar, but that's okay. So I eat this in my oatmeal every single day to kind of boost my potassium level, because at one time it was a little low. So that's what I have. Then for my lunchtime, I make my own whole wheat bread, and I keep that whole wheat flour on stock in my pantry. And I make the bread up, and then I freeze it. Individual slices, and then I just take out one, put it in the microwave, thaw it, and I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. Now, do I eat this every day? No. Sometimes I'll just have a peanut butter sandwich for lunch, or I'm having leftovers for that day. And so I eat that. And then I take my apples. I have more apples, but just wanted to show you this. I buy the apples at Aldi's, which is the cheapest place for me, $2.99 a bag. And I'll take the whole bag and I'll make fresh applesauce. And I'll mix in wheat germ, which is good because wheat germs has natural occurring vitamins. And I mix that in my applesauce and I eat it every day for lunch. And then I'll have almonds. This is Blue Diamond almonds. And I get a big, huge bag, and then I put it in these nice little containers, which again, I got on Amazon, excuse me. And it's neat to hold in your oatmeal or your almonds as well. So that's what I have for lunch. Go ahead and we make a homemade pizza. So of course I keep my flour on hand, and I keep several bags on hand, so then that way I'm not running to the store all the time. Sometimes I keep as much as 6 bags of flour on hand, which people might think, oh, that's a lot. Yes, it is, but I was getting it on sale, so I wasn't paying full price. So I use that, and then I keep yeast on hand to make the pizza dough. And it takes olive oil, which I also keep in my pantry at all times. And I always keep salt. So that's what makes that, besides water, makes a homemade pizza dough. And then for my husband, he's going to be having the red sauce. So I buy this at the store, and I usually get this at, Kroger or Meijer has it. Or again, I could make my own, but today he's going to have this one. And then the cheese. I usually do 1.5 bars for the shredded cheese over his pizza. Now, I make myself a pizza, somewhat the same ingredients, but I don't use the red sauce. I make a homemade garlic sauce, which I always keep garlic on hand in my pantry. And when I make my pizza, I only eat like 1 slice, for dinner. My husband might have 2, and then he'll eat the next day 2. So the rest of my pizza is actually in the freezer. So today I'm not making my pizza. I'm just going to take it out of the freezer and I'm going to go ahead and warm that up for dinner. And then I'll have like a bag of frozen green beans, or I can have my fresh beans that I canned. So that is what I'm having for today. Now I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to show you my shopping haul at my local Aldi store. Okay, here's my Aldi shopping haul. I got 2 dozen eggs. Each dozen was $2.71, which again, that's cheaper than my Kroger. My Kroger is $2.99 a dozen. Went ahead and got the bananas. They were, I do believe, 53 cents a pound, which is a good deal. I got 1 avocado. I've got 1 loaf of bread, a bag of spinach, and I ended up snagging this. I am using shampoo that is like a shampoo bar, and I'm going through them, but I have a lot of other bottles of shampoo in my bathroom that I'm trying to use up, and I just don't have another conditioner. And I like using, they say, the shampoo bar with the conditioner, just so that your hair is a little bit better, etc. So I picked this up, Miracle Moist. This is one of my go-to, the Aussie brand. This was $6.97, which wasn't a bad price, so I went ahead and picked it up. So this is what I bought at Aldi's, and my total for Aldi's was $18.23. Now I'm going to show you my shopping haul at Meijer. Here's my Meijer shopping haul. This is July 30th, and it's a Wednesday. I was in town, so I figured I'd go to Meijer. Went ahead and needed some more hangers for our clothes. Kind of was running out. Had more clothes than I had hangers. Went ahead and got the yellow potatoes again. It was $1 a bag, but you had to buy 7 products to get it for $7. So I went ahead and got 3 more bags. Then I bought 2 bags of frozen corn and 2 bags of beans. These were $1 a piece if you bought the 7. Then I ended up getting some more chicken. It was on sale for $2.59 a pound, and these are the breast. So I was needing those. I was kind of low of what I had in my freezer. And then I picked up these cookies. My mother-in-law had a coupon for them to get them for free. They were $3. But she wasn't going to be able to go by the time they expired, so she asked me to get them for her. So I picked them up. I went ahead and got some notebook paper. I actually use these to write down my videos. Anytime I do something for the channel, I write it down in a notebook. And shockingly, I already have 500 videos out. Of course, I have other videos on there that will be coming out in the next couple of months, so I kind of just surprised at how many videos I've already made. Went ahead and got some filler paper as well. Now, I got this for 99 cents on sale, and I got these for 45 cents on sale. So if you're needing something like that, that would be the perfect time to buy during this, when the kids are about ready to go back to school, because at least you won't have to pay full price. So all in all, these were my groceries from Meijer. My total was $26, which is a good price. Let me turn around the camera and show you what I got at Kroger and see if I stayed under that $100 for this week. Okay, I had a coupon in my app to get the Betty Crocker Delights for free. I could get the brownie mix or a cake mix, and I chose that. I figured, again, my son or my daughter, I could give it to them, and you can't beat free. I went ahead and picked up some corn tortillas. I'm actually going to be making my husband a Tex-Mex lasagna, and that recipe will be in the next couple of months. It will not be next year, so it will be this year. I'm trying a new recipe, and I thought maybe he would like that. I did get my chips, and that's not something I would normally buy, every week in my shopping haul. But the reason being, of course, they're my favorite, but they were on sale this week. Buy one bag, get the other one free. So it's $4.49 a bag. You got the other one for free, but they gave me a coupon in my app for $1 off. So technically, I got each bag for $1.50 something. That is why I bought it. And it's good till November. And when I sit down and eat chips, I don't know about you, most people might eat the whole bag in one sitting. I would, but I have to watch my salt intake. I eat the 14 chips, the serving size. That's it. And then I don't have it the next day. I might have it 2 days later. So it's going to last me a while for those chips. I went ahead and got the chilies. That's actually for this Tex-Mex lasagna that I'm making. And the cottage cheese. Got the Daisy brand. That's just the best. I like that brand because it's more all natural. I got another yogurt for my husband. They didn't have his go-to there. This is all they had left, so that's what I ended up buying. I got some more Kroger flour tortillas. I got the milk, and the milk this week was $1.39. It was a coupon in your app or your website you needed to clip, limit 5. So I did get 5 skim milks. And then I got a 2% milk, again, just for cooking. And so much milk is, I'm low in calcium, and that is how I get my calcium, is through my milk and my cheese. So that's why I buy quite a bit and I have it on hand, etc. Then I went ahead and got a bag of Bartlett pears. There was a coupon in my app for $1.50 off the bag. This was $5.49, so I figured I'd go ahead and snag it because I love my pears. Then I went ahead and got 2 red lettuces, and I don't know about you, they are huge. Usually I've been buying 3 because they were so small. I figured I only needed to buy 2 this time. And I got a bag of hot dog buns for my husband because I'm going to be making some chili corn dogs. I think it was chili corn dogs for him, and that again will be another recipe that I will put up for the upcoming months. And then I kind of gave in the clearance department. Here's what my clearance department had. So I ended up buying this, kind of like a last hurrah of summer. My granddaughter goes back to school here, not next week, but the other week. So it's coming up, and I just thought, hey, $1.40, regular $3. So, not too bad, almost 50-60% off for some soap bubbles. So I got one for both of my granddaughters there, and the other one for my grandson from Mickey Mouse. So all in all, this was my groceries at Kroger. My total was, I spent $41.84 at Kroger. So if you put all that together, it was $87, I think, $10 if I added it correctly. So I can't believe that I actually went under the $100. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I don't eat snacks. I don't. I don't snack in between my meals. Pretty much that is what I eat. Occasionally, I don't have dessert every day, but I made some blueberry coffee cake from scratch. And when I make my stuff, my desserts, I wrap them individually, put them in the freezer, and then I just take out what I want. I can have this, and I usually have a container of ice cream where I can have that as well. So I'm not really having any, say, packaged snacks. I don't eat cheese crackers. I do have some crackers, but I don't eat a lot, in all honesty. I mostly eat everything in its natural form. Well, that was my Kroger shopping haul. Tomorrow, I will go ahead and film each day afterwards what I'm having. And of course, then we'll go on to the next shopping haul. Hi, today is August 2nd, and I'm just having again my quick oats for breakfast with my peanut butter powder. I'm having water to drink, and I'm actually having an egg white. So I end up, I boil these and have an egg white for breakfast. And for lunch, I'm actually going to my granddaughter's birthday party, so I don't have to worry about using any of my food from my pantry. And then from dinner, I had this. This is what I'm having for dinner: homemade meatloaf, homemade sweet potato casserole, and the green beans are Meyer. They were frozen. All these ingredients I had on hand I didn't have to buy any additional groceries for. Every day I have 4 glasses of milk, and I have 1 string cheese and 1 sliced cheese. Now when I eat this stuff, I don't eat it with my meal. It's better for me. I read somewhere that if you eat your calcium-rich foods with meat, grains, nuts, that those items can block calcium from being absorbed into your bones. So I take this 2 hours after I eat lunch or 2 hours before I eat lunch. So I guess you could say maybe that would be my snack, but otherwise I'm not having like typical snack foods that I eat, through the day. Today is August 3rd. I am having homemade waffles, blueberry waffles with some 100% pure maple syrup, and I'm having a banana and a fried egg. I'm also having some water to drink. Here's what I'm having for lunch. I'm having a piece of pizza that I had frozen. That's homemade. I'm having some Meyer frozen green beans. I'm going to have some of that Gerber pear with the wheat germ mixed in, and I'm going to have some water. Going to have this kind of like a snack. I'm going to have a glass of milk, and I'm going to have half a cup of frozen wild blueberries, and I'm going to make a smoothie. I bought these frozen blueberries from Costco. This is what I'm having for dinner: homemade meatloaf, homemade sweet potato casserole, and the green beans are Meyer. They were frozen. All these ingredients I had on hand. I didn't have to buy any additional groceries for. Today is August 4th. I'm having quick oats again for breakfast with the peanut butter powder, and then I'm having an egg white and then some water to drink for breakfast. Today is August 4th. I'm having, this was whole wheat bread that I had in my freezer. I'm going to have it with some peanut butter, and I'm going to have a fresh apple cut up. I'm going to have some almonds with it and some pumpkin seeds. And I'm going to be drinking some water for my lunch. For dinner, I'm having leftover meatloaf, leftover sweet potato casserole, and leftover green beans, and then water to drink. Today is August 5th. I'm just having, again, quick oats, a hard-boiled egg, which I eat the egg white, that peanut butter powder with it, and a glass of water for breakfast. Just having some fried chicken, some potatoes, some frozen carrots that I microwaved, and I'm also having an avocado. For dinner tonight, I'm having some hamburger that's just kind of like in a gravel, which is the other part of hamburger that I used to make my husband something. Went ahead and have leftover green beans. These are actually leftover sweet potatoes, and I also had some leftover French fries. Trying to use everything up that I have on hand. Today I ended up going and doing my weekly Kroger shopping haul, and I can't wait to show you what I got. And yes, I stayed under $100. So let me go ahead and turn around the camera and show you what I got at Kroger. Okay, went ahead and got my milks. This time I only needed 2 gallons because I still had a little bit left from last week, the half gallons. So I just got 2 of those. They were just regular price. They're $3.89 for a gallon. And then I got my half a gallon of 2% milk. I bought the 3 head lettuces just because they're just a lot smaller than the ones I got last week. I went ahead and got 2 cans of yams. I'd like to have these on hand because it's kind of a quick, rather than always, I prefer to buy fresh. But, this is something kind of quick. I can open it up. Yes, it has some sugar in it. If you don't like it, you can always rinse it off. But you can mash it. You can make it into something, or you could just eat it. So it's something quick. just to have on the shelf. And I was out, so I needed to get some more. Went again and picked up another can of pumpkin. I'm going to be making some frosted pumpkin cookies, and that's going to go on for August, so I had to pick up the cream cheese. Picked that up. I went ahead and got the butter. This week, the Land O'Lakes was $3.49. That was a coupon in your app or the website that you needed to clip, and it was limit 5. So I got 2 of the unsalted, and then my husband didn't have an extra one of these, and I could have got a big one, but the big one would have been $7.49, and these are each $3.49. So in all honesty, these were cheaper to buy 2 of these, and then I got more ounces than the other one that was really, really large. So I ended up picking up those. I picked up a whole chicken. It was $7.95, and it's about a 4.44 pound chicken. $1.79 a pound for a chicken is about what the going rate is nowadays. I went ahead and picked that up because I do have one left in my freezer. And it's frozen solid, and I wanted to eat it this week, and there's no way it would thaw. You know, it takes easily almost 4 days for me to thaw chicken in my refrigerator. Went ahead and picked up more basil. I was about out. Went ahead and picked up more wheat gluten. Again, I was almost out, so that's why I had to pick it up. I'm shocked that I don't know how much it is at my Meijer, but this was $10 at Kroger, which to me is shocking. Now, I went ahead and got some bananas. I went ahead and picked this up actually in the clearance department and still stayed under budget. So my grandson, he's about 2.5 years old. I figured I could give it to him for when he's 3, but he's kind of into dinosaurs right there. And you can't beat the price, $3.71. It says it was regular, what was that? $8.49 for that. So for $3 something, I cannot beat that price. That's such an excellent deal. And he really does like Hot Wheels, but these are more, I guess you call it all-terrain vehicles with the dinosaur. If I can hold it up there. And then I got that for $3.70. And that says it was regular $8. So I thought I got a pretty good deal because, you know, that's going to be a birthday present for him. Can't beat that. Went ahead and got the chocolates this week. The I don't know if you pronounce it, Lindor chocolate truffles. They were $4.99. That was a coupon in the app or the website that you needed to clip. Limit 5. My mother-in-law's birthday is August 28th. She will be 85. She likes to eat chocolate. You know, between chocolate, cereal, and then I'm going to buy her like a rose plant. But I went ahead and snagged this for her. So I thought, you know, can't go wrong. And then when I got up to my clearance department, they had, I would have taken out my camera, but everybody would have seen me, 3 shopping carts full of candy. That was all clearance. So I picked up this Mr. Goodbar for her, and at 88 cents, can't beat that. I picked her up a Reese's Big Cup, 70 cents. Said, I cannot beat that, and I figured I could give her some chocolate, you know, for her birthday. Then I went ahead and picked up some trash bags. Now, I've never used the Kroger tall kitchen bags. I will be doing a video, and I'm going to be comparing which is the best kitchen bags. So the one that I use is actually the Costco brand, which is Kirkland. And that's my go-to. I get them in big, huge rolls. It lasts for months, so I don't have to go as often. So I thought I would compare that next to the Kroger one, and then I'll get a Meijer one and see if I can get an Aldi's tall kitchen bag. And then, of course, I will get the name brand. I want to know if the bag, you know, when I fill it, is it going to rip? Am I going to have to require to use another bag, etc.? I don't like the bags that smell, so all these bags that I'm going to purchase are not going to have a smell. But sometimes the yellow, you know, string, or you pull it for the drawstring, sometimes it breaks off. I mean, I don't know if you ever had it snap and just like you start to pull and it comes right out, and it's, you know, that's a pain for me. And then I don't even feel like, hey, I may not even need to be purchasing those bags. So you might want to look for that. That will be coming up I think that will be coming up in the month of October, but I'll have to go ahead and check, but it will be this year, so you might want to look out for that one. Then I needed to get some more Band-Aids for my husband. He really likes these sheer Band-Aids. I guess they do the best for him, because some of the Band-Aids, the sticky stuff can cause a reaction and has been giving him somewhat of a reaction. With this other Band-Aid that we're using, this one gives him less of a reaction. So those are the ones that we were out totally. So I needed to purchase that. And then I went ahead and got the Arm & Hammer. It was buy one, get one free. So one is $5.99. So the other one, so it's like you paying $3 a piece. And that's about a decent price, because that's about what sometimes they run the sale at Kroger with. And all in all, this is what I got at my Kroger store. My total was $92.09. So I don't know about you, at least I kept it under 100. I mean, the gift for my grandson, that's not something I would normally buy, but like I said, I just couldn't beat it. That was actually in the one of the 3 shopping carts up there by kind of my clearance area with the candy. And I was just like, oh, this is so cute. And you know, again, who wants to pay full price? You know, we got to try to, with everything going up, if I can find these deals for Christmas or birthdays, it's worth it. And finding the candy as well. Of course, I didn't need the other candy. I don't really eat the candy. So I will go ahead and continue this, of course, through August 14th. And next week, I go to Meijer and Aldi. I'll try to see if I can keep it under the $100. As you say, it somewhat is a challenge, but again, I am eating a lot of the stuff that I have on the shelves. And as you can see, what I was eating for each day, you know, I am going through quite a bit of my stuff and my stock, which I should be doing, and I have been doing it. But again, it's nice to have several extra, just because something can happen. You know, we could have a medical emergency and you need to have something on hand to eat. Or again, it could be weather related. We could be losing our electricity. We could have a flood. We could have a snowstorm where we just really can't get out because they just don't really, you know, clear the road well. So that's why I do stock. Today is August 13th, and I went to my local Meijer and my Aldi store. So do you think I stayed under the $100 for this week? Well, let me go ahead and turn around the camera and show you what I got. Okay, here's my Meijer shopping haul. Went ahead and got some aluminum foil. I was running very, very low, and they had this on sale for $3.99. And so I went ahead and picked that up. I was just on my last peanut butter, so I had to go ahead and pick up another Smucker's. I needed a little bit more yeast, so I picked up about 3 because, you know, in all honesty, I try to have 3 of something on hand. Sometimes I can't just because of the price. It's just too costly to have 3, but I like to have an extra one because I make a pizza for my husband every week. And then, of course, I make bread, etc. Went ahead and picked up the school glue. Now, I bought this, last week. This is Meijer. I didn't see this one. This one is only $0.25 a piece. Said savings of 74 cents a piece, you know, is what you're saving. I ended up buying it because I had my granddaughters over and I had some pasta that was expired. Like we're talking 3 years old, etc. And instead of throwing it away, I let them go ahead and glue and make pasta creations. And they really liked it. So I thought I'd go ahead and get some more glue because one of my granddaughters really liked to squeeze the glue and probably used almost the whole thing in one sitting. I mean, there was like just $0.25 of it left. So I went ahead and snagged this and I figured I'd go ahead and try it instead of, say, the Elmer's glue. The Elmer's glue was 50 cents a bottle. Went ahead and picked up a bag of potatoes, some cream cheese. I'm going to be making some Snickerdoodle cheesecake bars, and that recipe will be going out in November. You might want to go ahead and look for that. And I did buy the sour cream. I checked the ingredients on the Meijer one, and they were all good ingredients. So there wasn't anything artificial. So I went ahead and bought that because normally I just buy the Daisy brand or the Breckstones brand. But I ended up buying this one. It was on sale. Went ahead and got the soap. I've been using now the Sensitive soap. I really like this. This was on sale. If you bought one, you got the other one 40% off, but I didn't need all that soap. And if I would have bought 4 bars of soap was $8. So if you would have bought that, you know, again, then it would be cheaper to get this one where it was $12.49. So I went ahead and got this one. Got some sweet potatoes. I'm actually going to be making some sweet potato biscuits. So again, that recipe will be going out in November. You might want to go ahead and look for it. Went ahead and got some more bananas. I've had to start eating bananas now, going back to it every day. My potassium was just 1 point low. But, you know, you can have like heart palpitations, things like that, thinking it was my thyroid when it wasn't. And I went ahead and picked this up as a treat. Again, I don't have yogurt. Usually it kind of bothers my bladder, but I love blueberries, and I used to get the strawberry one all the time. And I thought I would go ahead and actually put this in and maybe freeze it and make it into like a slushie or a popsicle. That way I can, you know, enjoy it. And then I got some meat. I ended up picking up some steak this time. I got each one for about $8. 32 cents, $8.60, wasn't too bad. Wanted a different change because we were having, again, a lot of beef, a lot of chicken. And then I picked up some hamburger. It was not on sale, but I was just getting low in my freezer. I mean, I was down to like maybe 2 packages. Yes, it's better than nothing, but I don't want to be totally out. So I went ahead and picked this up, and I got 3 pounds for $18.75. It was $5.69 a pound. That was the cheapest ground beef in the store, because then it went up from 7 to 8, you know, etc. And then I picked this up. Again, I love the Katie's Best. It doesn't have to be organic, but they had the one that was organic. These are the tenders, and I'm not going to pay $12, but yeah, I'll pay $8.48. I'm just going to straight, you know, put that in my food saver and put it in the freezer. So all in all, this is what I got at my Meijer store. My total was $78 even. We are still in the time where we are not having sales tax until the 14th. So, you know, at least I got the soap and the aluminum foil, and I wasn't charged any tax, which is great. That, you know, if you're needing any kind of items, you know, so you don't have to pay the tax, you might want to go ahead and get something. Well, let me go ahead and show you my Aldi shopping haul right here. All right, I got the eggs at Aldi's. They were $2.95 a dozen this week, so I went ahead and picked them up. I picked up another mozzarella cheese, some Colby Jack shredded cheese, a bag of spinach. I picked up their trash bags, the white trash bags. I am doing which is the best kitchen bag out there. So I'm testing Aldi, Meijer, Kroger. Costco is the one that I use as my go-to, and I'm going to be testing Glad. So that will be a future video that you might want to go ahead and look out for. Went ahead and got just 1 bag of Gala apples and a loaf of bread. So my total of my Aldi shopping haul is $22.76. Well, if you add those two together, it was $100.76. So I went over by 76 cents. It was pretty good. I mean, there's things that, you know, in all honesty, I didn't have to buy the trash bags this week. But again, like I said, I am going to be working on that video of the trash bags. And so I'm kind of like buying one a week. I had the Meijer one and the Costco, but I purchased the Kroger, and now I got the Aldi's one. So, you know, that might have, of course, taken my bill under $100. You just got to really be picky and choosy with what you can get, what you, of course, have on hand. If I didn't have all that I have on hand, I think I would have a little bit of trouble, you know, keeping under the 100. I think I would be okay on some areas, but I think my husband, of course, he would get tired. Some people get tired of what they're eating. And of course, we could have breakfast, we could have sandwiches. That would lighten the load. That would be a little bit less at the grocery store. Now at Meijer, I actually had coupons. So that's how my bill was cheaper. It would have been higher. I had a $10 off coupon because I use the credit card there all the time. And then I had a $3 rewards coupon, which is on their app or website. And so I got $13 off my bill, making it $78, which was, you know, like I said, a good deal. But otherwise, yes, it would have been like, I think, $91. So I would have been over if I didn't have those coupons. So you got to watch everything. So today will be like I said, the last day of my shopping challenge. I did start technically the Wednesday just before August 1st I started, because I included that shopping haul in with my Kroger for the week. And, you know, I've showed you each day what I have to eat, and I don't know about you, sometimes I would forget to film. You know, it was kind of hard to keep it up for the 2 weeks, but just because I'll eat it and then, oh man, I forgot to film it, you know, to show people. So, you know, it was difficult to keep up. But I will continue to do the shopping challenge till the end of the month, where I can see if I can spend $100 or less, and just, you know, again, be more mindful of my spending. Well, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.